One very basic thing what people struggle with when pole fishing is feeding via a catapult. Catapults really, there's lots of different catapults on the market. Drennan produce 2 or 3 different types that are great for catapulting baits like pellets, maggots, casters, any loose offerings out to a length of pole. I mean, this can be anywhere from sort of 6-7 metres out to even 16 metres, and you can group bait around the float when you're fishing quite easily using a catapult. One thing that is for sure, keeping the pole steady and maintaining a nice tight area of feed is quite difficult. But once you get the basics right, getting the height of your box right is so important. Because once you get your legs flat, you can rest your pole across your legs, which maintains a steady base for your pole to sit over. There's 2 ways really to do it. One is to rest the elbow on the pole to hold the pole steady, and then that frees up both hands so you can use the catapult very easily. If you're fishing out long at maybe even 14 or even 16 metres, this is absolutely the best way to do it. It's to hold the pole across the legs, and that gives you 2 free hands to feed with. If you're fishing a little bit shorter than that, it's possible to hold the pole with your hand around the pole and then hold the pouch and fire the bait out to where you're wanting to fish. It's also imperative that you have really a bait weighter so that your bait is accessible. You can easily get hold of the bait out of your bait weighter, whatever bait it is, and place it in the pouch of the catapult. Often when I'm fishing with baits like pellets and fishing with quite short lines to the float, just a very slight movement of the front leg lifting the pole, a 2-inch movement at this end can almost be 2 foot on the furthest part of the pole. Once you've shipped out to where you're fishing and you want to feed, it's a case of picking up the catapult in the left hand. The right hand doesn't actually do anything at all because your right hand, the elbow of the right hand is holding the pole, or you're holding the pole in the front of the right hand, depending on the length of pole that you're fishing. It's then a case of simply picking up the bait into the pouch, and then it's the left arm that extends to fire the bait out to where you're fishing. During this process, the pole is kept dead still with no jerky movement by the angler, transmitting along to the float. Any such movement through the float to the terminal tackle and bait could spook feeding fish and make them wary. This is quite important because it's just a one motion and you're not moving the end of the pole at all once you're nice and gripped across the legs. Of course, like most things, practice makes perfect.